I come bearing peaceful words to you because if you're like thousands of others out there, including me, and you've been listening to the leaders of the free world who are coming together in our Global World Summit recently to discuss how our emissions haven't really gone down and what they're planning to do to bring the world's emissions down, that can make the average person very anxious and nervous. And not just people in my generation. I'm Gen X, but I'm talking about people in the millennial and Gen Z and what have you. My daughter's in the millennial age, and even she is very insecure about her future. She's only 23, and she's very, nervous and anxious about, is there going to be a planet, for her to thrive in? Is there going to be a future? Will she be able to have kids and raise them? Or will this be a whole nother world that's either going to be something we've never dealt with in thousands of years, it's new to mankind, or we all going to be destroyed, is the question. So the question also is, if the world leaders can't come to terms and figure out a way to save this planet, then how can the average person like you and me possibly save this planet? I've been thinking about that, and I wanted to share my thoughts on this because honestly, there is something you can do. You won't believe this, but you can always vote by your money. The dollars that you spend on products out there actually sends a signal to anybody, any company that is using fossil fuels. Okay, let's use an example here. Number one, if you invest, you can always reallocate your funds, the money that you're putting into your investments that support companies that use fossil fuels, and move them more into the green space with companies that are looking for ways to innovate using something other than fossil fuels for energy. For instance, solar power or hydrogen. There's so many different things that can be utilized besides oil and fossil fuels. So that's one way that you can vote with your dollar. The second way to help save the animals, the elephants, I love elephants by the way, what about if you used your dollar in the grocery store and you reallocated what you bought and ate? You're thinking, what do you mean by that? I'm talking about going more plant-based whole food with your diet versus eating animal products, such as cow's meat, pig, chicken, and eating eggs and consuming dairy. Because let's face it, the new era is upon us where there is alternatives. If you look in the milk aisle in dairy, you can see all the different brands of soy, oat, rice, all those different types of milks that are alternatives to cow's milk, which is already disrupting the dairy industry. So now we have alternative plant-based meats that you can purchase that are so good that literally you dress them up like you would a regular hamburger, you would never know the difference that you were eating a plant-based burger versus a real burger. It's all in your mind. If somebody gave it to you and didn't say anything about switching them out, you probably wouldn't know. In fact, you probably would think the plant-based burger tasted better. Just saying. Me personally, that is what I chose to do. I may be a small minnow in a big pond, and it may seem insignificant that I can't make a difference to save this planet and the ozone layer, but if I am one of thousands or millions like you that just made this simple switch, not only would you be saving the planet and helping with the ozone. Why? Because let's face it, the less animals in animal agriculture that are having to be fed, raised, slaughtered, shipped to the markets, the less carbon dioxide that's going to be going up into the air, right? So don't think that you can't make a difference. You can vote by your dollars. You can send the signal to the big meat, dairy industries, and you can say, I don't want your meat-based products anymore because I know what it's doing to the environment. Not only do I know what it's doing to the environment, but I know what it's doing to me. Case in point, I went plant-based whole food 4 months ago approximately. I have lost approximately 3 pant sizes. Yeah, 3 pant sizes without even trying. I have not been starving myself. I'm getting pure protein with no cholesterol and fat from plants. And yes, I'm talking about beans and grains, not just fruits and vegetables. I've learned to adapt to a new diet. I have learned to get over my sugar, oil, fat cravings. I've learned to step away from the standard American diet. And not only has my waistline shrunk, but my pocketbook has gotten fatter. Yes, I actually save money by buying these products. Do you know that a bag of dry pinto beans, 2 pounds now, only costs $1.50? And people say eating healthy is expensive. How much is a slab of steak when you go to the store to buy it? Do you think you can pick it up for $1.50 and actually feed yourself for the entire week? No, you can't. No, you can't. So think about it. If you're sick and tired of your health, if you're sick and tired of not having any money, if you're sick and tired of politicians fighting over who's going to, how are we going to deal with the carbon dioxide in the air? What are we going to do? What are we going to do to save this planet? You, my friend, can save the planet. Everybody can pitch in and save this planet one step at a time, one person at a time. So don't feel anxious. Don't be scared. Do this for yourself. If you have children, do it for them. And do it for your future grandchildren if you don't have them already. This planet's worth saving. And you can vote by your dollars. That's where you get them. Because the more people that go this way and move their money to the green side, the more these big companies are going to take notice, and they're going to want to follow the trail of money. Because isn't that what it's all about? Following the money. So do me a favor. Save your health and save the planet at the same time. If you have any questions, drop me a line below. If you have any comments, good or bad, I want to hear it. Thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all good. I appreciate all that you can send my way. You take care of yourself. Until next week.